they get you to weigh in. They get you to get your body fat percentage and your muscle mass percentage. They give you a specific diet plan and they get you to train. And by the end of that, they're like, okay, let's get a check-in. And it's been like 8-12 weeks. And then they're like, okay, you gained 4% of muscle and lost 4% of fat. Now, there is no way that that would be reality in that short period of time for starters. And if there are then people saying that they're in a deficit, but they're gaining body fat, what do you think that is? Like, if you're going to cut carbs, that would be dropping a lot of weight. Your muscles would be depleted. So, say, for example, you ate or something before it, which then brought your overall weight up. And then you got weighed, but your muscles are pretty much empty because there's no carbs in there to hold anything. That's going to give a reading of a lower lean body mass and a higher body fat mass percentage. And I remember when I wanted to actually trial the body fat percentage test, and I did a DEXA while I was competing, and I was eating at maintenance, and I got my reading. It was like 12%, or was it 11? It was 11%. It was 11%. And then I got on a low carb diet, and I was in a deficit. And then I got my reading again, and I went to 12%. And if you think about the fact that I weighed less, I looked leaner, but I had 1% higher on a body fat test, that does not make sense. But seeing as though I was on a lower carb diet, I didn't have as much muscle mass to my fat mass, like percentage. Therefore, giving a lower body fat percentage. But it's just like so many different things skew this. And at the same time, it's like, why would you give so much weight to a body fat percentage test when we're in this for a look? Like, it's the same thing with the scale weight. And there's like this skewed messaging around where it's like, but I want to be healthy. A scale weight doesn't tell you how healthy you are. Oh, but my BMI, or my doctor said. Doctors are so fucking stupid with this shit. If you lift, the doctor is... I don't want to say the doctor's not for you, because doctors are for everybody, but like, they don't understand that you are not within the Gen Pop plebs. You are a fit person that lifts weight. The best way to measure anything is you want to make sure that your waist circumference is half that of your height. At least. Like, that's about it. You want your waist circumference to be half your height. Aside from that, if you actually care about your health, get your blood panel checked. Get your cholesterol checked. Get your liver enzymes. Get your vitamins. Get your hormones. Get your thyroid. Get a full blood panel. That is the best indicator of your health, not a body fat percentage test that's highly inaccurate. The only way to get an accurate reading on a body fat test is to get killed by someone and then them just like weigh out your muscle mass. Which then again will be completely different from when it was in your body and it was full of water, it was full of blood, it was full of all of that stuff as well. Like, this is the difference. And it's almost the same as when you feel really big after doing 100 reps on the leg press. Your legs are full of glycogen. Like, can you imagine the body fat percentage reading that would be after leg day compared to one after arm day? Because when I was a personal trainer, they had one of those, like, scans. It wasn't in body, it was one where they actually, it was like a ultrasound. They like put the gel on the radar and they like scan you in all different areas every single day. Yeah, it was such a good test because apparently
that's really weird.
Those ones are actually pretty accurate because they actually measure the stuff. But the thing is, so many things change that. I just said those are really damn accurate because it's an ultrasound. Like, it's actually looking inside of you. But guess what? My body fat percentage changed every single day. From rest day to leg day to upper body day because of the difference there. Like, I ate the same breakfast, I drank the same stuff. It's still impacted from the day before, though. Like, my diet was pretty much the same, but it was still impacted by other factors. Maybe one day I actually drank more in the morning. Who knows? But that's the thing. And I used to be a comp prep coach. And I still didn't give a fuck what people's scale weight was. I didn't care for a scale, let alone a body fat percentage. Why? Because they're not going to go to you on stage and be like, okay, I'm going to weigh every single one of you and I'm going to judge you based on that. No, it's a physique sport. It's based on what you look like. Oh, okay, so body fat percentage matters. No. Because they're not going to be testing that either. It's by a look. And what is it you're doing this for anyway? Is it to get some record scorecard by the end of it and be like, you just achieved this body fat percentage. A+ on your life. A+ on your... I sound like freaking Dolores from Harry Potter. Like, no, it's not. You're doing this to feel confident. You're doing this to get an end outcome. And most people's goals aren't even their own. They just see people chasing body fat percentages. See people chasing, like, let's just get leaner, let's just lose weight. So they think that's what they need to do to get to some arbitrary outcome. But it's like you're doing this to feel better for yourself. To feel healthy. Like, yeah, that's my rant. You can add on your 2 cents there.
I think you made loads of really good points. Like, a huge thing for me is that, well, a huge thing for me is that the whole point of all of this, whether it's nutrition or training or anything like that, is to make your life better. It's, you want to be happier, you probably want to be a bit healthier, and you want to be a little bit more confident. I always come back to, you're at some point going to be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, hopefully, and you're going to look back on your life and you're going to have things you're proud of, things you're happy about, and things you regret. And you are never going to regret not achieving a lower body fat percentage on a scale. You are never going to be proud of that time when you got that number really, really low. What you're going to look back on in your later years is all of the fun and enjoyment that you sucked out of your younger years. And after a certain point of leanness, that doesn't get any better. And whether you put a number on it or not, it's just not something that I genuinely think is worth shooting for. If you want to compete in physique sports, fine, different thing. But for most people who don't